welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we have to know about all about the consultings and what is consultings and what is their role in the big three companies like McKinsey, Bain and PCG. And so in this video we also know about the how their recruitment process in the campus placements and for the jobs. So let's begin and start the video. So consulting is any problem occurred in the business, they solve by the consultant and provide the accumulated strategy to implement and the growth of the business. And there are various type of consultings we will further discuss in this later slides. So let's move on the consulting what actually do for they have the mainly known for the problem solvings of any of the business and related to any of who need to want the consultant based uh, deep knowledge about any role or the business they have to need of consultant. So here's the like which the here are the in this video here are the problems and they are the solutions. What actually look like the consulting. So solution mainly the consultants uh, s- uh, given the solution of the details way of describe the problems of solutions in the role of consultant. So these are the problems and their solutions. Like the problem is any company have the which have the global markets would they expand into. So they have to analyze the consultants which city or which country is best for now. And suppose like example they have to give the South Asia and for the current capabilities after checking the GDP and the market growth rate is decided. Next one move for the like how the companies do the increase the revenue for the 50% in next year. So they have to make the strategy about uh, the increasing the revenue from the 60 additional of the outlay of the XYZ locations, like which locations in the company openings and which clients to help the get the 50% more revenue and thus the business. They also know about given the solutions by the consultants after the analyzing their the business and overall the about the company. Next one is the how like company increase the conversions rate for each customers. Like in the company have various like the customer and client, but not mostly like convince or conversions rate to more times to contact with the business and give the opportunity to. Next, third one is the how to increase the conversion rate of each customers. Here's the problem, and where the solution is the analyticals of the customers, centric marketing and the marketings and the increase convergence rates. Like we also talk about the customer how to improve like behave and talk about the customer talk to customer and the how I marketing strategy implement in the business to get more convergence of clients. They also teach the consultants. Next one like problem is in the business like current process of the taking the 13 days. How do I more the efficiency? So some companies have want to the more than efficient from the now working conditions in the next 30 days. They have the solutions for the VSM mapping to understand the bottlenecks of the process from how the company and the next 30 days in more efficient. They have to see out the employees and working cultures of the company and all over the company's strategy, and after they provide the consultant the best way to efficient in the next 30 days. And next And the next problem is that we need to create the data warehouse to sign up all the uh, those data like whatever the working in the company, they have to maintain the data. So they have to the AWS of the HTTP coupled with a Red Seat to set up the distributed data disparity. It's help the AWS HTTP helps to company to store the data. So in the next slide, we have to talk about the why consulting the client. Here are the various like top level management company like CEO, CFO, and CTO of the company, and the managing director of the company top levels. They have to talk about the consulting so to trying the uh, strategy making about the business. So in this the deep involvement with the top level of management of any business and client in also the consultants leverage the extensive experience from the handling the similar client and the scenario of repeatedly. In the client, the stakeholder are more effective insights from the external and urbanization, unbiased voice. So in this stakeholders who have of the company has come from the externals. They have also like in the not a favor on favor. This is genuine opinion said about the company to getting the more effective results from the consultant. And consulting firm offer also the broad ecosystem of the industry expert of the partner and sources. We also know the and what is the consulting actually the do. So it's like and who is also a consultant. So consulting as a rapid professionals growth through the consulting challenges and exposures takings mostly as the professionals, and they have the deep knowledge in the field. They have the consulting is on role, and they are just a strong brand equity adds long term the value of the one careers. And the next one is the compensation is quite competitive. In this the competition is quite competitive because in the consultant business mostly have fast promotions, and it's based on the performance based. So anyone's have to go for in the consulting, they need to work more, and they want to fast promotions they also possible in this the consulting roles. And their work in the previous projects and effective and satisfactory solutions provide to business. They also have to grow the business and about the client. They also have to grow the more upper role in the consulting. And it's also like main the features is the main the feature is also the traveling experience of an environment. They have a lot of traveling in this the in the country to outside of the country in the foreign country to meet the clients and for the business. And it's like engaging actually intellectually in the stimulating the project and working the things also helps the consultants. And now we have to talk about the now we have to talk about the types of the consultings. So there are the various types of the consultings like a strategy consultings, management consultings, technology and analytics related to the consulting. So which like company do in which field of the consulting provide. So typically the player in this the consulting role is the most the big three company was McKinsey, Bain, and BCG, and Dalberg also like upcoming in the fourth, and they have these types of problems to solving them like strategy expanding of the business into the new market economy and the fundraising of the strategy, new product development. It's mainly these four companies solve these types of problems. When we talk about the big four companies like Deloitte, KPMG, PwC, they work on the research, study, evaluations, reportings, supply chain optimizations, due diligence, and organization structures. So mostly like the big four companies who work in the auditings, taxations, accounting provide and have to complain for normals like consulting, but the main consultings in the management consulting in the big three companies they have. And if the when we talk about the technology and analysis, so it's like famous for JS, IBMs, and campaigning. So it's help the company to involve in the technology and the analytics go fast. So it's helping the market analysis to understand the impact of the business and the company, and also you have to provide the cloud facility. Provide the cloud facility to business, and also they have make the app of the business or a company to easily launch in the market and connect with the people. So when next slide, when we talk about the pay scale of the progress and responsibilities in the companies. So firstly, the higher the for the like fresher or any undergrads or MBA graduate who offer for the analytics role, and they after the work for the 2 to 3 years and also like performs bills, they also shift for associate levels, and they also working for the 2 to 3 years, and if they have the more expertise in the project and well done doing for consulting roles, they also uh, go upgrade to with the senior associate of the consultants, and after that experience of the 5 to 10 years 5 to 15 years, and they have to take for the managers roles, and after that they go for the partner roles. So the analytics role is the secondary source of the data analysis of the company, and they also, as a minimum, so like a role, they offer the 10 to 15 10 to 15 LPA after the undergraduations and role the analytics role. And if after anyone who are to go after the MBA, they as an associate of the employee of the companies, they have the work is redefining the hypothesis create means what hypothesis means like what the companies had need to grow in the future. So which hypothesis to create the market in this the company about the role, and we know and also the most hypothesis like making the trees suppose hypothesis means the making the if one cut suppose in Delhi there have new launch the motor car new launch bike, and there the hypothesis create like the car has which segment can purchase and which not has never purchase, and in the purchase segment which have the 18-year plus or is and 18-year lower age, and also has who was mostly purchased who was senior like 20 to 30 years old youngers, and this type of hypothesis create at the associate levels, and the primary research also helps, and in the 25 to 30 LPA they offers after the MBA from the top schools, and also they have knowledge about the case competitions and the winners. They also cracking the interviews for associate level in the big companies of consulting. And when we talk about the senior associate of the consulting, what their role and the what's the package get. After the 2 to 3 year after the MBA, like after the working in the company for associate to the senior associate consultants, They got the 35 to 40 lakh per annum, and the role is for creating the hypothesis client engagement uh, things. And what is the role of the managers in this company? So manager as a role for after the 3 4 years of the MBA, and it's not for mandatory 3 4 years. It's based on the progress and performance of the consultant, and some one people have to need to more work, more time to upgrade these levels for the managers. So someone have to the fastly grow to reach the manager level of the in the big three companies. So what the manager does, manager teams as a consulting support the business development role, how the business develop, and also manager also uh, constantly work with the senior consultant and get the tips, advice to how they work, and their senior consultant also helps due to associate. This is the hierarchy of the uppers have to also give engage in the lower employees. And if the manager level they offer 40 to 60 LPA as per the experience and knowledge of the consulting. And in the last we have the offer for the partner levels in the consulting role, and they have the practice support is driving business of the firm the growth. It's help to the big business to deal with that their problems, and client problem is solving skills they have, and mostly have the 1 crore plus they have to get yearly income. And it's happen after the MBA of the 7 to 10 years for the partner level listings. So if the in the graduate or MBA, what's the how to consulting, how to and how to get in the consulting in the graduations levels, or after the graduations or after the MBA. There is a few things through campus placement or case competitions through uh, choose the company for the best candidate. So the first one is creating the CV and apply for the campus. Uh, this is the second rules. Firstly was the campus placement in the go to campus. First we have to talk about the get how to get in the consulting. So there's various way to go in the consulting. For the placement opportunity, second was the cash competitions, and do any the startup of expertise and the professionals they also get in the consulting. So the minimum the basic way to go that study problem solving. There are a lot of case preparations and case competitions conduct in the graduation levels and the MBA level colleges, and they also offer the company for pre-placement talk about that. So if the winners also get pre-placement talk, and they also give the interview after the winning the case competitions. If they are no clear the HR round of the interviewing, they selected as a best placement. And the second one is like top tier colleges of the in also can the consultant companies, and other route is the industry or a startup experience, build the expertise in the one fields, and the entry into the consulting. They also have to easily go in the consulting business. And third route is the join a consulting firms and make the network and climb go for the various ladders. So this is the third role. So it's in this role like you have to join the any consulting. They have to not as a big but has a reputed, and they work in the year to year and make the networking and grow on knowledge and expertise. And after that, you have to go for the consultants. So next slides we have to talk about the typically the project life of the consultants. So what do the consultants? So kick off in this kick off the meeting. They understand the client business problems, how to face the business and the problems, and expertise the organization structures. What is that? So in this the first level of in the consulting to doing the project in that area, like meeting conducts, understand of the client, how their problems, and make the expectations how the problem solves, and when the first and the second level is the create the hypothesis. It means they are the breakdowns of the business in this the various category to which to implement and the grow. So in this the team comes up with the initial hypothesis about the problem statements, how they solve each and every. And third is the primary plus secondary market resource, and they have to give the treatment amount of the interview and the important stakeholders, and do does desk resource which is way to go, the best way in the company to grow easily, and what the problems is, the not to develop the company, they also sort out the roles. And fourth one is the deliverables. Final deliverable give of the hypothesis of the data and comes with the recommendations of the upper level like manager or partner levels. And after they check this is a good way to solve the business problems, and they also last in the implement in the business, and the consultants, they are the clients, longer implementations, they are the period for the implementing the actually in the business. So in the next process, we have to talk about the interview process of the outline. And if anyone get the pre-internship into the companies for working in the 3 month, they also have get the for the doing the well in the internship, they also get have the pre-placement talk. And if anyone get also as the end of the choosing by the placement drive of the company through the various companies, like company organize the pre-internship topics, what is the working in the organizations and the role of the firm and the company, they also the policy stresses they have I said earlier. And in this CV so shortlisting, mostly like in this like 100 the like 15 candidates is shortlisted to move out around the uh, CV evaluated the internship positions, position of the responsibility, academic and extracurricular activity. So there's the strong background in this area, like position of responsibility in your the societies, clubs, and what extra like academic, you have to go well. And they also check the consulting, VBS consultant role for the job. And the next round is the buddy round, in which the candidate and the HRs they talk, giving the body talk of the like free to ask they are the giving the case studies and the hypothesis, give what the knowledge about the problem solving. They also took the baround talk, and after the clear body talk, they have to the final case interview. There are the three case interviews like associate, consultant, and the partner and principal of with the 30 to 45 minute, and the interview covering the HR questions with the case problems and case cover the guesstimates, and the market case related the things. After the final round, they also notify. And in the last, we have to took the some information about the top consulting companies as known as McKinsey. So McKinsey as a company was founded in 1926 by James McKinsey, and they are the headquarter in the New York, and the annual global presence of the 130 offices. Not in, but in the last, that we have to talk about the McKinsey as a company, about how they work, and some information about that. So McKinsey company founded in the 1926, and it's by the James and the McKinsey, and there's headquarter in the New York, and here's the 120 office in the 65 countries, including the India of the Mumbai, Gurugram, Bangalore, and there's a few overview of the McKinsey company as the most precious management consultant firm. So they also know and this, making the strategy, thinking across the industries, and it also helps the client to critical challenge, problem solving skill, and the corporate strategy, and the digital transformations of the business, and it helps also help in the sustainability and the operation using the structured way of deep driving approach to solve the problem, and expertise with the global market practice. Whose client base? McKinsey serves a wide spectrum, like they have the Fortune 500 companies, and the government startups, and the not-profit companies also. They give consulting for the big companies, and also regularly engaging with the CEOs and CFOs, who is the top level of the companies. They also consult and discussed, and they also the leader of influence the high impact of decisions, and this form is known as the involvement of the national buildings and of the project scale like digital transformations and the breakthrough the growth and the strategy. So what are the work cultures on the McKinsey? So it's also known for the high performance and high impact cultures. And it emphasizes the mentorship, rapid learnings, leadership development, and one more thing. So in this company, they have the high if progress fast and also have the fire fast. So if the work anyone go the progress, they also upgrade yourself, and someone who has not worked well, they have to the fire by the company, and it the ambitious deep dive in the process, purpose and impact, and some of the notable strength and unmask the brand recognitions and the influence of the McKinsey and across the business and the government, and definitely functional studies all the major sectors they have to work, and the strong commitment and capability to building the knowledge, and it's also developed you through the work, and it's helped a lot reduce skills and upgrade the knowledge from the market way. And it's also it has the global model enabling the diverse cross-border collaborations. And in the last, we have the latest CFO of the McKinsey Global Institutes of the flagship publications. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have to get more knowledge about that. If you want some videos related to consulting, so let write in the comment box. I will make about that video, and I am making the is a playlist of the consultings. Thank you for watching this video.